So guys, Kostas Manolas, the first Champions League moment SBC to come out. So is he worth doing or Kosta too much? Let's have a look. And yes, that is an awesome pun. So let's have a look. I've chosen 2 Italian SBC players so far. So we're looking at kind of the 2 nearest players to him that are in the Italian Serie A. So let's have a look at 90 rated Koulibaly and 88 rated Skriniar. So how does he compare to these 2? Total stats, again, slightly different. Skriniar coming out on top with the total stats and the in-game stats. But again, as we saw with David Luiz, this can be massively misleading. They're all kind of the same height, only 2 centimetres in it, so not very much. The weak foot and the skills, I'm not going to, look at too much because again, you're not going to be doing Rabonas with your centre back unless you are D-Tex. So we will not really be looking at that. Now the prices are all roughly similar. Skriniar is a lot cheaper though, 95k. You could also look at his SBC, Italian SBC player. So these are kind of the players that you are going to be looking at for the same kind of price. Just to let you know as well, Sergio Ramos is actually cheaper than this player, and he is probably the best player on the game, barring possibly Varane and a few of the others who are just sublime. So on that note, I'm going to start having a look and comparing these guys to Manolas. With regards to this, again, defensive work rate all high. That's kind of what you're looking for from a centre back, making sure they get there and defend well. Attacking work rate, now again, we're looking at these medium, high and low. Manolas is definitely the worst when it comes to the attacking work rate. So let's have a look in more detail then. So shooting, probably the most useless stat of all things to do with a centre back. But as you can see, Skriniar comes out on top, plus 81. Now, as you remember, he was plus 23. So if he's plus 81 on this, there must be some downsides to him. Shooting for me is probably the least desirable stat in a defender. So we're going to carry on having a look through. He is massively ahead with that. Shot power, you've got Koulibaly on top. Positioning, Manolas. For me, probably positioning is probably the only one of these stats that's important as a defender. So, I would say Manolas definitely stands out from these 2 here. Carrying on pace, again, Manolas is massively on top. You're looking at 22 base points ahead of these 2. 88 sprint speed, that's pretty fast. 82 acceleration, pretty decent for a centre-back. You're looking at kind of Ramos is around the same as Skriniar for this. So again, you're looking at a very pacey centre-back here. Dribbling, again, he comes out on top. So you're looking at, all the stats, barring ball control, where he's 1 off of Skriniar, and he is 6 off on dribbling. Again, probably not the most desirable stat. So again, pretty solid on the dribbling, coming out on top, I would say, in the dribbling stats. Let's have a look at passing then. So on passing, he is the worst by a country mile. You're looking at plus 89 compared to him. Skriniar coming out miles above, halfway between the 2, Koulibaly. So again, passing wise, he is just, awful. And this does show in his gameplay, using him a few times. Passing, not that good. I mean, 67, 68, not that bad. But again, the vision, all that kind of stuff. When he turns out and he's going to play a ball out and he's not paying attention, it is awful. Physicality, again, pretty solid. 86 rated. That's not bad at all. Jumping, one of the major stats you do want as a defender, 90, very good. Coming behind on most of the other stats, the other 2. Again, he is behind on both of these, so plus 2 and plus 3 for Koulibaly and Skriniar respectively. So again, decent, but not the best. Defending, now again, as a defender, this is obvious, this is the most important stat. Now, as you'll see here, it says that he has 89 defending and Skriniar has 90, yet overall he is minus 2. How does that make sense? It is completely insane. to say that one is 89 and one is 90, yet he has worse stats overall. So looking at these, now Koulibaly comes out on top again, +5 overall. Everything pretty much, apart from marking and slide tackling, he is miles ahead of the other two. So again, not massively different, but again, he is on three of the five, he is on top and comes out at 91 overall. So I would say, in the grand scheme of things, not going to be the life-changing event, but always nice to have better stats than not. So again, how does he stack up overall? Now I think, most of the stats he's coming out on the important stats ahead. With regards to shooting, he sucks. He is absolutely awful. So don't play him at striker. Now, rather than having a look at the SBCs, had a lot of feedback saying that they weren't very useful because you can go on a lot of the websites and find these. So I thought, you know what, instead I'll run through some of the best links for the best players that are on a decent budget for the guys, the kind of place we are at the moment. So anything, up to about 200k I was having a look at. So we've got Chesney and Handanovic in the goalkeeper today. And for me, these are two of the best goalkeepers in the game. Chesney is probably the best goalkeeper in the whole of Serie A. Putting Skriniar, obviously. We've got Koulibaly as well, who's around 200k as well. I've put in Socrates as well, because of the link, the Greek link there. If you have a Premier League team, you've got De Gea in goal, you want Socrates in the defence, you've got a left back like Marcos Alonso, you've got awesome links there. Alternatively, if you do want to stick him in at centre back, you want Alexandra at left back, again, very, very solid. He also has an 88 rated version, but he's a little bit more expensive. You'll be looking around 350k, I think. On the right side of the fence, you've got Joao Cancelo, 238k on PlayStation, 210 on Xbox. That's a still probably the best right back on the game, I believe. You've got a few that are slightly higher, Flashback Alves, but for me, playing with both of these, Joao Cancelo is awesome. Stick on the right kind of chem, and this guy turns into an absolute beast. Put on one when you link, you're increasing the defence and the physicality. He's pretty much got all of the important stats over 90. So again, he is an awesome player to have in the squad. Also links to, Ronaldo if you put him into midfield as well. So again, if you're moving them around, great link there. Perfect link, same club, same country, awesome. Again, Pjanic, 87 rated. Now again, probably not one of these meta players that we want to stick in the team, but very, very awesome all the same. And finally, I've stuck in Dybala, 101k. This guy is a pain in my arse. He scores so many goals against me. I really, really wish he was banned from playing. So, these are some of the players that he links very, very well to. The last thing on this, is he going to be the kind of player who is end game? Probably not. But is he going to be a player that we can have a lot of fun with up until the end game players? Team of the year, team of the season players. I would say so. He's pretty fast. I mean, you're looking at most of the defenders, you're looking at kind of 70 rated pace, 65, maybe 75. This guy's like 80 odd pace and acceleration. So for me, very, very good. If you're going to make a mistake, he's the kind of guy you want tracking back. I think if you have a kind of hybrid team involving Juve players, involving Serie A players, that kind of team, then he is well worth getting in. If he's a player who will not get decent chem, then I would probably steer well clear of him. But that's just my opinion. As I said, I've had a lot of fun playing with him. I think he's a really good player. But again, I would say look at your team. Is he going to fit in? A bit like Falcao with the SBC that's coming out tonight. Now again, with regards to Falcao, I purely think you should do him only on the basis that he's an 89 rated player. He's going to cost you 40k. For me, that is well worth it. Even if he's SBC fodder, even if you're not going to use him, keep him in the club, use him in an SBC later on. Easy. You're going to save yourself around 40 or 50k at the moment. So again, he is well worth doing. Now, that is kind of the roundup for that, but I just want to go in and say, if you've enjoyed any of my videos in the past, or you've enjoyed this one, subscribe down below, follow me on Twitter. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you didn't like. We can always improve the videos, you know. So that is kind of one thing. The other thing is, what are we going to get tomorrow night? Now, Friday night, I'm expecting a big boy. I'm expecting someone who is going to be groundbreaking. I'm hoping someone, you know, we've had the Bow one already for the Champions League one earlier on in the year, so I don't think we're going to get that. But someone like Ramos, someone like, you know, Ronaldo, something like that would be awesome. I don't think we're going to get Ronaldo. We could possibly get a Ramos, but we've had a lot of him as special cards. I'm just trying to think who else we could get. But, you know, maybe someone like Modric, maybe someone like that we may get. But again, you know, I think whatever we're going to get, it's going to be quite special, fingers crossed. And you know what? I hope you pack some moment icons. If you do, again, send me a message, foot it up, Twitter. So I've loved making these videos. If you've got any comments, please feel free to leave them below. And I will see you in the next video.